said it. Marcus Smart holds him to 29% shooting, the greatest shooter ever. What kind of is this Steph Curry's greatest challenge, considering the team is deep in everything, but they're going to sick the guy on him who does better on him than anyone else?
So I've been saying this over the last 5 days. I said that the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry, this is his greatest challenge individually against the Defensive Player of the Year at the same position. And historically, this is the best team they've ever met defensively, metric-wise, in the NBA Finals. So you have 5 switchable guys that all communicate, and even with their continuity, like, there is the physicality that the Boston Celtics bring to the table. Now, look, Marcus Smart is hobbled up. He's had the ankle injury, the quad injury, the foot injury, all on the same leg. Pretty much in the last series against the Heat, he was playing on one leg, right? So that is a question coming into this, the health of Marcus Smart. But if there's a guy individually that you think is the kryptonite to Stephen Curry, you couldn't ask for a better matchup for the Boston Celtics. You can't.
Yeah, I think when you look at it from Jay's standpoint, you talk about Smart having to play both ends of the floor. That is, in my opinion, going to favor Steph, because he's also got to run the offense and put everybody in position for the Celtics. And then he has to go on the other end of the floor and chase Steph around, fight through screens, all of those sort of things. So he's got his work cut out for him for sure. But you're right, Jay. I think as I started to think about it in those championships that they did win or they lost, this is probably the best defensive team that they will have faced.
And Max, this is how you have to do it. So if you're watching the screen, Marcus Smart, whenever Stephen Curry comes off any kind of pin down action, right? You see him, he gets very physical. You'll always see Marcus Smart with a forearm, like kind of like in the hip of Stephen Curry, pushing him off position, right? I think that's something that's really big going into this finals. Pushing somebody off their position for Stephen Curry. And when Steph likes to dance with the ball, like at times it seems like he's loose with the ball, but he's not.
Like jamming a receiver at the line of scrimmage.
All day long. So that and Marcus wants him to take contested, difficult shots. So think about this, Ski. If I'm coming down and I'm getting us in our offense and say we score, think about how difficult this is from the guard perspective. We score, say Jason Tatum, like I come down, I kick the ball to the corner, my momentum's taking me out of bounds, Jason Tatum makes a 3. It can't be like, whoa, we got a 3. It's like, where's Stephen Curry? Where's he at? I got to find him. I got to meet him early. I got to make him work. I got to get him tired.
Do you find
it's going to be the biggest test mentally for Marcus Smart out of any series he's ever played in his career.
I can imagine, and then have to play instinctual point guard, but also tamp down his instinct to score at times, and so he's also kind of got to be in his head. It's a lot for Marcus Smart.
A good thing about him though is he's a guy who's played both ends of the floor his entire career.
Yep.
So it's not something that's new to him. It's just a different challenge, especially having a little bit of an injury.
I remember when he came out, it was the Lakers won some meaningless game at the end of the season, I think against the Celtics, and as a result wound up with Julius Randle instead of Marcus Smart in the draft, and they were both good, but I was like, I think you want Marcus Smart.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, but Max, we had Patrick Beverley up in here and Kawhi Leonard even a couple years ago. Like, people don't understand the amount of effort you have. Like, Stephen runs over 3.5 miles per game.
Yeah.
3.5 miles. We were playing 2-on-2 half court yesterday.
I was tired watching.
And dudes are tired. So now imagine sprinting down.
What no damn dudes? I was tired.
I would say Bart was tired too.
So, I think 3 of the 4 were tired. Yeah. Let's just put it that way.
So this is what's interesting to me about the series too, guys, because when you break it down, so BPI, right? ESPN, we have the metrics, like over 80% chance for the Celtics to win the series. But Vegas,
I got Golden State,
favors Golden State. Me too. I don't even know if the series is going 7. But Vegas favors Golden State. And what's interesting to me about that is this. There's this idea of, there was a famous book written once upon a time called The Madness of Crowds, right? Group hysteria and everything. James Surowiecki, a writer, I don't know, he might be I don't know where he is right now, but he had a book called The Wisdom of Crowds. Okay. And the premise of the book was when a whole bunch of people, when the public all shares and has certain information that everyone knows and also has their own kind of private information, that group will make better decisions always than the smartest member of that group. Right? So all of us together are smarter than the smartest one of us. You'd think, well, the dumb people would make us the smart ones dumber. No, the wisdom of crowds, right? Vegas, the betting line in Vegas reflects the wisdom of crowds. because they want equal action on both sides of the line. And if they get the line wrong and the crowd starts moving the line, that will reflect the wisdom of crowds. That's why it's so hard to beat the spread, right? So hard to beat Vegas. How can BPI have it so lopsided for the Celtics and Vegas still like the Warriors?
Look at
It's just
86%
interesting to me.
chance for them to win the NBA Finals.
I don't agree with BPI. I agree with Vegas.
Yeah, I think
I agree with my
Vegas.
eyes. How about that?
Well, my eyes tell me that Boston is a little bit hobbled up right now. And another major factor is Robert Williams. How will he be? Because when you can be physical, when you can press up on the three-point shooters and you force them to be two-point threats, when you have a rim protector like Robert Williams who can not only block shots but also deter shots. Like, people don't talk about that enough, right? Having a presence, like coming down the lane and seeing Shaq there, just seeing Shaq makes you think about, damn, how am I going to get this shot off? It increases the level of difficulty that you take over that shot threat.
So these are the two best defensive teams in the league. Celtics 1, Warriors 2. But the Celtics, the two guys you wonder about in terms of how healthy, how close to 100% are they going to be, are Marcus Smart and Robert Williams,
Yes.
the two best defenders on the team.
Yes.
That's a problem, isn't it?
It's a problem, but I mean, they've managed. I mean, every team is injured to a degree. We could have another injury during the NBA Finals. How you manage injury determines whether you can be successful or not.
But this is a different offense they're gonna see too, though.
Agreed.
That's gonna be.
You mean the
big-
Celtics are going to see?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. I mean, like Jay was saying, you playing against different teams with injuries and things of that nature, and you could have another injury. Who knows? But let's assume everything stays healthy. This is a different offense.
Yeah, they
Think
got
about
so much firepower.
ISO.
Firepower.
From KD to Kyrie, ISO. From Giannis, he has the ball at top of key. Everybody sees it coming. Continuity was a little bit with Miami, but you knew Jimmy Butler had to be prolific.